It just varies. So my chairman counterpart on the House side, Chairman England, generally goes through every line pretty well. I hit the higher points and then take the questions. It's sort of the way I've always handled it.
How's the COVID situation going? That's the thing that people keep worrying about. Is the session, still going daily? But are you seeing many people test positive up there, or is it kind of slowed down?
It has slowed down. We actually have we combined with a program that was being used at Georgia Tech where they actually test the saliva. And turns out that their process that was, again, students are running that program. They've got faculty that are backing them up and researchers that are running the test. They've been able to catch it really early. We'll have people who are having zero symptoms. They get the phone call, hey, you tested positive. They get them out of Dodge pretty quickly. And 4 days later, you call to check on them. They're like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty bad. So the program they've been using here has been pretty successful. And again, it wasn't anything that anyone bought off the shelf. It was home built by Georgia Tech. Someone in our Senate budget office was a Tech student, picked that up and said, hey, I think we can do this at a pretty low cost since we were the ones who sort of developed it. And it's worked really well. We've actually had, we test twice a week, and I think we've had 2 or 3 testings now where we've had 0 senators, 0 staff test positive. So that's, if you compare that to what's going on outside, that's pretty good number.
Again, if you're just joining us on the phone with us, State Senator Blake Tillery. It's Tuesdays with Tillery. I asked Stephen Meeks yesterday. I'll ask you. You're always accessible to the constituents. I'm just curious what the constituents are asking about and what's their concerns. What are you hearing from your constituents at this point?
Yeah, it's really. I guess it would have been obvious to anyone. Me and Stephen were not so dense we couldn't pick up on it early. It's the things we started talking about a month ago back when we were in Jessup with you. The big parts of the session are going to be the budget. The budget always is. After that, it's going to be elections integrity issues, and that's what we're getting most calls about. And then now it's starting to pick up a little bit more with questions about vaccine distribution, COVID-19, whether it be COVID-19 relief for businesses, calls relating to unemployment that, again, are tied back to COVID-19. But those 3 issues I could probably take 98% of calls and work them into one of those 3 buckets.
You mentioned election reform. I've been reading a lot about that. What all do you think is going to be passed? I see where the Democrats are already pushing back. They're already threatening lawsuits if some things are passed. So where do you see all that playing out?
It probably will end up in lawsuits. I mean, that's sort of seems to be the nature of elections right now. I don't think that's necessarily the most healthy, but that is where it seems like it goes. There have already been at least 11 election bills filed. They range on everything from requiring identification when you submit a ballot, an absentee ballot, to identification when you do the absentee ballot and the absentee ballot request, and then other security things like adding holographic images to the ballot paper, requiring someone to put their driver's license number on their absentee ballot request, so there's some type of a little bit more than just a signature. Eliminating drop boxes is one we get a lot of calls about, particularly from Wayne County. Requiring people to actually doing away with what folks have called no excuse absentee voting. So you have to have been sick, over the age of 65, or be out of the district for work, etc. That's one of the things that's in one of the Senate bills, and it's really one of the Senate's positions. I can keep on going. We're keeping third-party groups from mailing out absentee ballot requests. We had a lot of confusion. I spent a lot of my time in October, November, where folks thought they got multiple ballots, but they'd actually gotten multiple ballot requests because every candidate and every third-party group was sending them out. That got kind of confusing. There's one bill out there that says, hey, if you're going to send those out as a third party, you've got to put, in 20-point font, this is not an official document. Things like that to try to also provide some clarity. And then there's also another bill out there that would allow Georgia election officials to do what Florida election officials did, which is a lot of people talked about, I think, Broward County. Governor DeSantis was able to come in and remove elections officials when when they were having issues and couldn't get their issues under control. In Georgia, we've always believed in local control, and we sort of said, well, that's a local Board of Elections issue. There's now some thought around the state that maybe we should have gone with a Florida plan. So there's part of that going on as well.
What's going to take place other than your presentation today? What's on this week's schedule? What should we be looking for?
Yeah, there's 2 other bills on the floor today. One deals with funding for local airports, and it's actually a constitutional amendment. It'll be there before me, so I know that one. I'll have to be honest with you, Bob, I haven't read the third one yet. The third bill, I think, was I don't even know what the third one is, but I promise you I'll read it before we get to that point. I stopped at the second one because that one was mine.
I gotcha. Kind of interesting story today. I read in the Savannah News that there's developers already looking to, purchase land for these casinos. They're kind of jumping the gun, aren't they? I mean, it hasn't been passed yet, but they're making preparations, I guess.
Yeah. The third bill, by the way, has to do with patient brokering, and it's a healthcare-related bill. I do remember that from yesterday now on the whip report. But I think probably, are they jumping the gun? They've tried this several years in a row. I think it probably eventually passes in Georgia. Yeah, but is that in this year? I don't think it'll be this year. I don't think it'll be the next 5 years. So unless they know something I don't, I just don't see it having the power to pass.
I just thought it was kind of interesting.
In my area,
they're already looking at land and purchasing land, so I just thought it was something kind of interesting. I was like, I don't know if that's going to pass or not. So,
well, maybe they just got an option to purchase just in case. They're getting prepared, Bob, just in case. If not, maybe they can back out or just put investment and sell the land later on.
I keep asking, is it going to be on the ballot for people to vote for? Is that where they're going? But it doesn't look like they're giving that option at this time. Why not just do that? I've asked that question before. Why not just put it on the ballot? Let the people decide.
Well, to do that would be a constitutional amendment, and it would take even more votes than half. And right now, I don't think they have half the votes. So the thought is, if we can't get half to do something, so sports gaming looks like it would only take a 50% majority. If they can't get that across, then they probably can't get the numbers across to do a constitutional amendment.
I gotcha. All right, good. How about this? I asked Stephen yesterday. Ask you again. He says the security's still pretty tight up there. A lot of still armored vehicles, things like that. So is it hard to get to the Capitol every day?
No, sir. And it's now to the point that if someone wanted to visit, they can. You can't come and you always could. You just had to kind of make your way through various other obstacles. Can't have big groups, so like Leadership Wayne, one of the groups we enjoy hosting every year. You can't bring a group of 15 up here. But I've had 3 or 4 folks already from down in our neck of the woods who had different concerns about the budget, come up here and want to meet personally, and you're certainly open and able to do that.
Sounds good. Well, again, we appreciate you joining us every Tuesdays with Tillery, and good luck on presenting that budget. Hopefully it'll go well, and we'll follow that and look forward to talking to you next Tuesday.
Appreciate it, guys. Hope y'all have a good morning.
All right. Thank you, Senator. All right, Senator Blake Tillery, our special guest here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, Tuesdays with Tillery. 12 minutes after 8 o'clock, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup. We got guests out in the green room. More guests here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jessup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jessup.
When it comes to growing a family business, we understand the business of growing. At First Southern Bank, we've been meeting the needs of South Georgia farmers for over 100 years with competitive ag loan rates, including equipment loans, farmland loans, and lines of credit. First Southern Bank has all the banking tools you need to help keep your growing business growing. First Southern Bank, investing in you since 1907. For loan rates and more, visit firstsoutherngA.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings restaurant in Jessup is now open for business, practicing social distancing, but still serving that great food that Damon's is famous for. Come inside or come through the drive-thru, but Damon's is open inside and welcomes back its customers. The menu's the same, the service is fast, and the food is fantastic, and the sauces remain the same, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. The number is the same, 588-WING, 588-9464. Damon's Restaurant on West Cherry Street in Jessup. Dining room now open for business. Come on in and enjoy a great meal today.
Whoops, it's my time to talk. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jessup. We continue on with the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. In the studio with us today from Fairhaven is Christine Balding and Ann Davis. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing?
We are doing good. How are you about yourself?
Doing good. Well, Christine, what's going on at Fairhaven?
We are going to be having
And tell folks what Fairhaven is. They're probably saying, why is Fairhaven? Because, okay, let's just kind of give the history of Fairhaven, what y'all do, where you're at.
Okay. Fairhaven is a nonprofit organization. We advocate against domestic violence, and we serve Wayne County, Appling, and Jeff Davis. Part of our program is Fairhaven Market, which is a thrift store here in Jessup. It's located on 488 Southwest Broad Street. And what we're going to be doing is a huge barn blowout sale. We have been so graciously, y'all donate us so much stuff. And so we have multiple storage units, and we have got to clean them out. So we're going to have everything set up. It is going to be located at the store. We're hoping that the rain will hold off, but in the case that it doesn't, we are trying to get some tents so that we can be prepared, and we're going to have everything pretty much lined up outside in the back.
So it's definitely going to take place tomorrow, rain or something. Well, it's going to be rain.
Yes.
Clouds or just overcast or maybe rain. So you're going to have tents set up. So the big blowout sale tomorrow at Fairhaven
That's
is going to be
right.
set up. So y'all got all these storage units. You've got all the stuff donated by the folks of Wayne County and maybe even the surrounding area. You need to get rid of it. So what can we find in this big barn blowout sale tomorrow?
You want to tell them, Miss Ann?
Go ahead.
Sure, absolutely.
Go
We
ahead.
have all kind of items from kitchenware to glasses. We have, excuse me.
Everything.
We have filing cabinets, we have sinks, we have vanities, we have doors. If you're going to do any renovations, we have stuff for that to do. There's an abundance of items. There's going to be shower curtains, anything, home accessories to outside lawn items, lawn mowers. Anything you need.
Okay, because you go into Fairhaven right there on Southwest Broad Street, and you've got limited area in there to put your stuff. But y'all got storage units that y'all supply and put stuff in there when you move stuff out. So people don't see everything that you have when they go into your store. So now they'll be able to see most of it, right?
That's correct.
That's
a lot of these items are going to be the bigger items. Like I know we've got 2 dryers, a washer, the lawnmowers. I mean, that's things that we can't really set up in the store. Although we do try, we do have a limited amount of space. And so this is going to be more of the overflow items that we hadn't been able to set up. Or it's just kind of gotten stacked in there because of all of donations we receive. And we, work Monday through Friday. We are closed on weekends. So it just kind of builds and builds. And so we're trying to set it up with the same idea of like just a big estate sale or type, like yard sale. It's going to be the same presentation.
Okay, it says the barn is located behind FHM. Explain to folks what FHM is.
Fairhaven Market.
Yeah, okay, I do, but I just want to make sure in case you
Yes.
look at the poster here. It's going to be right behind the main building?
That is correct. So when you come to Fairhaven Market, we kind of have a horseshoe driveway where
Right.
you can pull up, they unload your donations on the side, and you can just go around the building and come out on the other side. We have a big barn. We call it the barn. It's really a weld shop, it's kind of concrete building behind, and that is where we store a lot of these items. And so we're just going to set everything up behind the
Are
store.
some of the items going to be in the barn and some under the tents, or how's that going to work?
Well, originally we had planned to put everything out. However, with the rain, I don't know that it's going to be feasible to do that. So we probably will leave a lot of the bigger items in the barn, and you can just go in the barn. We do have tables and tents, and so some of the smaller items like dishes and linens and frames, we've got picture frames galore. So those items are going to be set up outside under those tents. I'm still trying to kind of figure it out because I had a whole plan in place, and now the rain. The rain has messed me up a little bit. So still trying to work on the logistics of how it's going to go, but we'll definitely have it. We're definitely going to have it. We have to.
Okay.
So,
And I understand here on the thing, cash only.
That is correct.
So only bring the greenbacks.
That's right.
No credit cards, no checks.
Well, now we're still going to function like we normally do on our Wednesday, like Monday through Friday, inside of our facility. Because on Wednesday we do have the quarter sale, and for our clothes, name brands $1. We're still going to we're going to be like half staff in the market and half staff out back doing the barn sale.
All right.
So if you come in the front, it's business as normal. But if you purchase from the barn sale, it is going to be cash only.
All right. So bring that cash. Okay. Bring the green stuff. All right. And lots of it. Of course, you really don't need lots and lots of it because those prices are already cheap.
Right, and we're going to have a lot of these items are going to be marked down extra low because, like I said, we're trying to move this inventory so that we can make some space to accommodate all of the donations that continue to come in. So.
Okay. And if a person wants to donate to Fairhaven Market, how do they do that?
They can call our store. We also have a Facebook page, and I get a lot of messages on there as well. And the number is 912-588-1998. And we will be happy to schedule a pickup. We do pick up donations.
So you can pick up or drop off, because I've always dropped off.
That's right.
Okay.
And if you drop off, like I said, you just come on the side, and we've got a stock room on that side, and ladies will come out and they'll get you unloaded.
Okay, and they'll help you unload there, but if you do need for them to come to your home, they will come pick up. Just schedule a date and time.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay, that's in future, but right now we're trying to move stuff out.
That's right, because we've gotten tons of donations.
Y'all got donations
now we
coming
just
out
need to
the
sell them.
and y'all want to get rid of it.
We just need to sell it all.
The barn blowout event tomorrow starts at what time tomorrow?
It's going to start when we open, which is 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Our normal business hours are 9 to 6, Monday through Friday. However, we're going to try to wrap it up about 5 so that we can clean up. So
okay.
9 to 5
9
in
to
the
5
back.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so just get there, and if a person drives up there in a car and they see an item they want, and they just don't have the trailer or the truck to get at that time, can they pay for it, get a receipt, and come back and get it later when they can borrow a truck or a trailer?
They can, and we just we would like to have it picked up by end of day.
Okay.
And if they need if they need to schedule delivery, we can do that as well.
Okay.
We do charge $10 to deliver.
Okay.
Here in Wayne County.
All right, to deliver.
That's right.
Not to pick up, but to deliver. Okay. And so you can do that, because a lot of people say, I'll go down there and I like this, piece of furniture, a big lawnmower or whatever, but they don't have room in the car, but they can go ahead and pay the cash for it, reserve it, and go borrow one and come back later in the day, because people might see something they didn't think they wanted to get, and they see it, I want that.
Absolutely.
And they don't have the vehicle to put it in.
Yep. And if they want to pick out a lot of items and set up a delivery, we'll be happy to load our van up and take it all to them.
All right. I'll just take the barn. Y'all can go home.
That's right. That's right.
Well, that's fantastic. So a big barn blowout sale going on tomorrow at Fairhaven Market here in Jessup. They're located at 488 Southwest Broad Street. And you just go behind the main building there of Fairhaven Market. Will there be parking back there? They still park up front? Where will people park?
We do have limited parking, and that's something that we're trying to work on. I know that a lot of times on Wednesdays we're already packed as it is, so there will be limited parking. We have talked to the business next door, our friendly neighbors, and so they are not opposed to people parking
Who are
along
your neighbors?
the street. What is the name?
RWP.
Yes,
RWP Cabinet Shop.
All right, to the left of you?
Yes, to the left.
To the left.
If you're looking at 488 Southwest Broad, they're to the left.
So you
when
can park in that parking lot, folks.
You can park across from them along the road.
Along the road
Yes.
across them. They're at the edge of the parking lot.
That's correct.
Okay. Well, sounds good. Bob, any questions or comments for our ladies this morning here from Fairhaven Market?
Good luck.
Thank you.
You want to help?
I know.
You're more than you can help us.
I was going to be down there tomorrow. Let's see what y'all going to have. It ought to be a lot of fun. Starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, goes to 5 o'clock. Go down there. I'm just going to read the poster board y'all have here. I guess you put this up in windows and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If you love a good deal, then you will not want to miss this amazing sale. Items include will be furniture, lawn equipment, household items, and so much more. Only cash will be accepted. Only cash will be accepted tomorrow between 9 and 5 there at Fairhaven Market at 488 South West Broad Street in Jessup. Basically located right there at the end of Magnolia Street, there, the railroad tracks there on Southwest Broad Street.
That's right.
That's right.
Just in case you haven't been in there before.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
We appreciate your time.
Glad that you're able
And we
to
hope
come
we
in
still
this
have a
morning.
good turnout, and maybe the rain will hold off. But if not, we're still going to be there. So just bring your umbrellas, please.
Yeah, bring it
And
up.
say a prayer.
We're like, a windbreaker type thing that, makes the rain kind of run off of you, but bring your umbrella and just have some fun.
That's right.
Yeah, just have some fun, get some great bargains. Well, we wish y'all the best tomorrow. Hopefully, y'all will blow it all out.
Hopefully.
And your barn will be empty, and you can start all over again with new donations.
That's right.
That
That's
sounds
right.
good.
Thank you so much.
Don't
Have a
in the
good
studio,
day.
Christine Balding and Ann Davis from Fairhaven Market. Big sale tomorrow. Okay,
Thank
take care.
you.
Bye-bye.
More of the world famous Butch and Bob Show in a moment.
Take a step forward in the right direction in 2021 with a new career. Contact us here at WIFO-FM and WLOP-AM about our current openings for account executives, full-time or part-time. You will be trained to offer local businesses effective radio and digital advertising and marketing solutions. Salary plus commission. Call or text us to set up an interview at 912-427-3711. 912-427-3711. That's 912-427-3711. Call between 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday and ask for Mr. Hubbard. Text us anytime. Begin the new year with a new career with WIFO and WLOP Radio. Jessup Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. World famous Butch and Bob Show for this Tuesday morning. It is the 9th day of February. That was Kristen Balding, and Ann Davis from Fairhaven Market. I'm sure, Bob, a lot of folks will go by tomorrow and get some great deals. And everybody benefits on this. People get great deals, but the main thing is the ladies that are in the Fairhaven Market home are the ones who benefit for these situations where these women are in these abused relationships and they need a place to go, sometimes with kids, and they have the house set up where these women can go and be taken care of until they get back on their feet. And it stays packed most all the time. Unfortunately. And that's what the Fairhaven Market is about, to help raise funds. Because when the ladies show up, usually they just show up with the clothes on their backs a lot of times. And they need toiletries. They need everything. Clothes sometimes. And so Fairhaven Market's Barn Blowout event tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. located at 488 Southwest Broad Street in Jessup. Bring your vehicles, load them up. Only cash will be accepted. And speaking of good deals, Bob, we had some folks from the Girl Scouts stop by a little while ago and gave us some Girl Scout cookies. Dropped off for Samoas here, and which are my favorite, and then the Thin Mints, which is one of my 3 favorite. So I'm going to enjoy those Girl Scout cookies, and let's let you know what the Girl Scouts are doing. It's Girl Scout cookie sale time. And here in Wayne County, the Girl Scouts will be selling their cookies every Saturday during the month of February at the Wayne County Farmers Market, Gooey's Pizza parking lot out here on the Waycross Highway, and Taco Bell parking lot there in front of Walmart. That's Girl Scout cookies on sale every Saturday during the month of February. And, Bob, they are good cookies, as we all know.
Yeah. Good cause, too. Help the Girl Scouts out.
Yep. They put the best ingredients in these cookies, and they are good. Samoas, I just absolutely love them.
Reading the press release, they have 8 different kinds of cookies. So
8 different kinds now, huh? Okay, so get your Girl Scout cookies any Saturday this month at the Wayne County's Farmers Market, Gooey's Pizza out here on the Waycross Highway, and they'll be in the Taco Bell parking lot in front of Walmart.
Wish them well.
Wish them well. Go get you some Girl Scout cookies and help out the Girl Scouts. They do a great job.
No doubt.
All right. I was listening to Fox Sports Radio this morning coming into work. That's our AM station, Wayne County's Heritage Radio Station, WLOP 1370 on your AM dial. And it's called The Buzz. And we are Fox Sports all day long, sports talk. And I was listening to Ben Mallard this morning, and they had a stat on there, and it showed how much Patrick Mahomes was had to be run around to try to make plays, that he was really pressured. And they counted up all the yards somehow. I don't know how they did it. They did that and counted up all the yards that he ran around trying to make passes. And it was over 400 yards that he had to run around the backfield before he was able to release that ball. Over 400 yards he was chased around that backfield by the Tampa Bay defense. And him still not able to find too many receivers out there. Heck of a defense.
He's running for his life. But he did throw an amazing pass where he's falling down, and he still threw it to the end zone and hit the guy right in the face mask. He could have caught it. So that was an amazing pass. I don't know how he did it, but he's an amazing athlete. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he is fun to watch.
The offensive line injuries just, you know.
Yeah, when I started hearing about those offensive line injuries, I just knew more and more that it was probably going to be Tampa Bay. I thought it was going to be Tampa Bay anyway, but, man, that offensive line is the key to the success of a football team. And when you've got 3 or 4 starters out like they did, you're in a world of hurt.
Lynn Hoss told me years ago, nothing works without the offensive line.
Nothing. Running game, passing game, nothing.
I said he still tells that story about the offensive line was out there. Yes, the Dallas Cowboys and their running back was moaning and groaning, y'all need to block. So he said, let's show him what not blocking is. And he got killed for 3 times.
He got killed 3
times.
And
he came over and just begged, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get y'all upset. Y'all go back to blocking.
He just thought they weren't blocking.
Yeah, he showed them what not blocking
is.
Yeah.
Well, we saw that in the longest yard.
Yeah. But that's where the games are won, in the trenches, you know, the offensive and defensive line. But Tampa Bay's defense just played lights out.
They did. They just played the ears back and went after Patrick.
They took Tyreek Hill out of the game. You know, last time they played in Tampa, Tyreek Hill had over 150 yards in the first quarter alone in receiving yards.
Right.
They were bound and determined not to let him be a factor. So they took him out. They took about everybody. You know, Kelsey had a good game. I mean, that was about the only place that Mahomes could find to throw was the tight end. But they took everybody else out of the game. I mean, it was just a great defensive game plan, great offensive game plan, too. They talked about how Brady never threw deep. He just went underneath and ran the ball. So
Yep.
It was just
controlled the clock.
It's just a dominating performance. You know, unfortunately, that's not what the fans were hoping for a good